What's up YouTube, That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay. In today's game, we're mixing it up a little bit. We're using Greninja, Aegislash, Charizard, and Virizion. We're using a bunch of sweepers that hit hard and fast. Leading off against a bit of a Perish Trap Rain team, we have Kingdra, Terrakion, Politoed, and Gengar. So, like I said, this is a standard Perish Trap Rain type team. I didn't actually know if he was bringing his Gothitelle, but it was in the team preview. I think this game is pretty long, so we're going to start things off and get right into it and hopefully show off some pretty cool plays featuring Greninja, a Pokemon that is actually banned from singles, so we don't actually see it all that often in VGC, but I think right now where the meta is, this Pokemon has the potential to steal a ton of free games, especially against, those standard genies that take tons of damage from the stabbed Ice Beam. So starting things off, we're going to see the Terrakion withdraw and go straight into the Politoed. Politoed starting up the rain for Kingdra. I definitely expected this play, so it's not like the end of the world when we're going to see the way this turn folds out. So starting things off, we're going for a Mat Block. This is a move that only Greninja gets, and it pretty much goes off Greninja's speed tiering, so it activates whenever Greninja would actually attack, and it blocks all damage for the first turn. So we see the Scald gets blocked, and we see Aegislash go in his offensive stance and pop a Flash Cannon on what was the Terrakion slot. And right now I'm definitely expecting the eject button. So we see the standard eject button on the Politoed is going to let him send out another Pokemon and definitely take advantage of the power play that he set up. So decides to send out his Gengar. We have a Gengar and a Kingdra in the rain, so super offensive play here for my opponent. I'm just going to hard switch into Virizion. Don't really want to deal with any of that. I'd rather block a water attack incoming. As we see Gengar gonna go Mega, gaining the Shadow Tag ability as well as just a ton of offensive stats. So Gengar, huge threat right now. I have to go into defensive stance. We're playing a very defensive turn 2. We're trying to wait out a little bit of the rain and see what my opponent really goes for. Alright, so there's that. He goes for the Draco off onto what was my Greninja slot. So going for the hard nuke, and we're gonna see if Virizion lives. Virizion is a super bulky Pokemon, has a very high base special D. And Virizion obviously is going to live, even though that thing's Life Orb. So Virizion definitely showing off its bulk, as we see Gengar went for the Shadow Ball into my Aegislash. So starting off turn 3, we see the Gengar Protect, as well as my Virizion protecting. Bunch of Protects going off this turn. Everyone's waiting this out. As we see Ice Beam come out from Kingdra. Aegislash is going to stay in stance, go into offensive stance here. And I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball, obviously onto that Gengar slot, who is protecting. So everyone's wasting their turns. Note that I can't switch with my Virizion because of the Shadow Tag, else I would have switched a long time ago. As we see the Disable come out onto my Aegislash slot. Note that I stayed in offensive stance and my Shadow Ball is now disabled. So I have to flee, have to go into that defensive stance. What's good about this is that we're waiting out the rain. He hasn't really been able to pick up any KOs yet. We're elongating the game. Looks like he's not really going to go for any Perish Songs this game. He's just going to stick around and try to slam things down with Shadow Balls. So Virizion's finally going to go down. It's kind of good that it went down this turn, as I can definitely take advantage of the rain coming to an end soon. As we see Shadow Ball not really going to work here. So rain is going to end. It's time for Greninja to come back out. This thing has a ton of tricks. I can go for another Mat Block. I can go for a ton of really cool plays. I can go for a Dark Pulse on the Gengar. There's a ton of things I can really go for here. So we see Politoed come back out, reactivating the rain. As, I don't really remember what happens exactly this turn. So I'm going to switch my Aegislash out. Remember, my Shadow Ball is disabled, so there's not really that many moves I can use. So we see Charizard comes in here. Charizard actually going to be able to get rid of the rain next turn, as we see a Shadow Ball come in on that slot, chunking my Charizard for a ton of damage as I transform into a Dark type and go for a huge stab Dark Pulse on the Gengar, picking up the KO because this Gengar is so offensively built. It's so fast. It doesn't really have that bulk that most Perish Gengars have. So Terrakion's going to come in here. Like I said, we picked up the KO on Gengar, but Terrakion is a Pokemon that definitely checks Charizard, so this is gonna be a pretty hard play. I'm gonna have to switch in my Aegislash here, hoping to go for like a potential wide guard play to block out Terrakion. As we see him switch back out into the Kingdra. Kingdra, another really good Pokemon. Like I said, since it was raining, Kingdra would have gotten that Swift Swim boost, but we are gonna go Mega, gaining the Drought ability, activating the Sun for 5 turns. I know my opponent can switch back in with Politoed whenever they want, so it's not really the best play here, but we're just going to go for the Protect. Like I said, we're not really wanting to eat a bunch of these Rock Slide damages. So he goes for the Close Combat on that slot. So I got a little bit lucky. I dodged some Rock Slide damage with Aegislash as we switch Charizard out, trying to save him for later. Coming in with Greninja. Remember, this is a Sash Greninja, so I'm going to be able to live through something. as we see Rock Slide finally come out. Note that I didn't want to go for the wide guard play. I'm actually just going to try and pick up a KO on this Tracheon. He goes for a Draco, so he was definitely nuking my Greninja slot. Or sorry, what was the originally Charizard slot. So Greninja gets to go down. It made a couple cool plays, picked up the KO on Gengar, which is all I can really ask out of it. So Greninja finally is going to go down. And, yeah, it's up to Aegislash to try and win me the game. Going into that offensive stance, going to try and pick up a KO with the Shadow Ball off onto the Kingdra slot. Here we go. Big damage here. Picking up the KO with a critical hit. I could not believe that actually when I played the game. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally losing, but this is my only real way to win. So Charizard comes out here. Politoed comes out here. So since Politoed comes out last, it's going to be able to rewrite the current weather on the board, activating his Drizzle, so kind of sucks for Charizard, but it's still not a place where Politoed can actually win the game. Well, by itself, I mean. So, like I said, I can't really use Solar Beams, I can't really go for any Fire attacks, is going to be so weak, so I'm deciding to try and win the game solely with Aegislash here. So he goes for a Rock Slide here, and it's actually really good for me, because it misses on my Charizard, and Heat Wave. The only good thing about Heat Wave here is I'm trying to break the Tracheon Sash, and I actually pick up a burn on Politoed, and that's going to be huge. We're going to see my opponent then Encore my Aegislash, which is pretty big. I mean, I'm stuck using King Shield for the next few turns, but as you guys can see, there's still a few turns left in the game, and like I said, this guy did originally have a Perish Trap team, so it looks like, I'm giving a couple spoilers here, we're going to show some really cool stuff these next few turns. We're going to see him go for the Rock Slide here, and then a Perish Song. Yeah, so Perish Song, the way Perish Song works is it actually faints down. If the faster you are, the faster you faint. So looking at it like this, I actually just win. We have to wait for the next few turns of the game, but looking at speed tierings, we have Tracheon, the fastest thing on the board, Charizard, the second fastest thing on the board, Politoed, third fastest thing on the board, and then Aegislash being the slowest thing on the board, meaning that if I just keep my Aegislash alive, I should be able to win thanks to his own Perish Song. So I want to say thank you, buddy. I mean, he's going for these Scalds, but there's no real way that he's going to be able to break my Aegislash here. Everyone's Perish Trap is falling down, and like I'm trying to wonder why he actually went for the Perish Song. I mean, I think he would have been much better just slamming Scalds into my Aegislash slot. I mean, it definitely changed the way I played it. He went for the Encore, which is the right play, which is, I'm finally going to fodder my Charizard because I don't really need it anymore. And I guess I'm pretty lucky that I got the burn on the Politoed, but overall, I mean, I just don't really know why he went for the Perish Song. It's going to cost him the game. So, Encore's going to end. I guess I could have just activated King Shield this turn, but I wanted to go for a KO. I mean, I might as well, right? I guess he could have tried to slam a Scald in here. It wouldn't have KO'd, though, even if it got the burn. It would have had to have crit. So he goes for the Encore here just to keep me honest, keep me King Shielding, and this is going to be the last turn. And like I said, like I don't want to give spoilers, but a lot of you guys know how Perish Song works. So Perish Song's going to activate after the burn, and everything's going to fall down. Perish, Tracheon's the fastest thing, it goes down first. And then, I don't know why he would really have done this, but his Politoed's going to go down because it's faster than Aegislash. And then Aegislash is still going to go down. But the way it works is, since my Pokemon fainted last, I'm still going to win. So I get the victory, 0-0, but I still get the battle points for getting the victory. So, pretty cool stuff from my end, I guess. I mean, I think he was definitely winning, but the turn that he missed the Rock Slide on my Charizard, I broke the Tracheon Sash, and actually picked up the burn on the Politoed, I knew that I won. Regardless of the fact that he used, Perish Song, I won that turn almost regardless. So it's pretty cool, but Perish Song did actually win me the game, probably a few turns faster than it actually would have been. And yeah, definitely want to thank this guy for it. So pretty cool game. Like I said, this was a battle spot game on my alt account, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like using Greninja. I like using the mat block, and I like the synergy that it gets. And I really I want to use a team that hits hard and hits fast. So I got the fast Virizion, fast Charizard, fast Greninja, and the wall Aegislash. I'm really liking the way this team's working, and I'm confident going into regionals. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.